Hi, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. So I am going to explain uh, one of the a few tactics that they use. Right, one hijacking the conscious minds of family members, particularly even young children, and what it is that they're doing. Yeah, we're making the sirens. Approach to the apartment. So I was supposed to go by Pam today. I woke up late, because of my insomnia. So being that the kids and her went to Texas and it's Friday, I didn't have to go over there, so I slept really late. And then we got to like after 3. Got up, I went to make breakfast. My grandnephew came, gave me a hug. As he gave me a hug, right, and I've told him I've told him about this before. As he gave me a hug, he grabs my crotch area. Right, then I said to him, I said, go in the other room. All right, I was in the hallway. So he comes back out. He's eating apple slices, and he comes out. He opened up his mouth with the apple slices in it. Okay, hold on a second. All right, um, so when that happened, I'm like, okay, whatever. Made breakfast, came eat my breakfast. Later on, I went to get. This was much later on in the afternoon. Went to get something to eat. My grandnephew, my other grandnephew, my um, niece's son, the 24-year-old, the one that I was trying to give him some advice, and of course he got triggered and all this shit. So anyhow, so he's on the phone in the kitchen. I go in the kitchen. He takes his phone and turns it because he's doing a FaceTime call. And I go into the fridge. He takes his phone and turns it so the person on the phone can see me. Right. So I looked. I did this to the when I saw it because I'm like, why is he doing that? Right? Because he had the phone talking to the person. As soon as I opened up the fridge, I saw that he turned the phone towards them. I said, okay, whatever. So I had a package that's supposed to come. It was supposed to come Monday, but delivered today, right? And I asked my sister. I said, "Did I get a package today?" She was like, "Oh, a package came, but she doesn't know." I'm like, how do you don't know? The name is on the package, right? And they usually know what it is. Again, trying to use family member to engage in targeting, and then on top of that, staring at my uncle. This because in their mind, the ankh is a religious symbol, but it is not. The ankh is not a religious symbol. Right? That's to tell you the radicalization. And when I talk about what it is that they do, destructive cult. Christianity is a death cult, and within Christianity, you have sectors of cults, right? And so you have like the Justice Zoom. When I learned about Justice Zoom, was one of the points in my life that I realized that family members can be involved in these sort of things because it happened in Justice Zoom, right? And particularly, you're looking at a takeover of fanatic uh, Christians, right? White supremacists that black Christians are following without understanding that that's what's happening is to their own detriment, and they believe that they're going to be saved by these white supremacists. They believe that by joining this religious cult, that somehow they're going to be saved. And on top of that, when they understand you coming into knowledge and becoming conscious, they will try to set you up and do things to manipulate you to becoming a Christian. So the more people leave Christianity, right, is the more they're going to attack you because Christianity is a religion. See, in their indoctrinated mind, to them, they're thinking about saving their soul or have you, which is again bullshit. Your soul not gonna burn in hell. Your soul, if you have a soul, it's energy, right? And energy don't die. Energy don't burn in hell. So what the hell they're talking about? Basic scientific knowledge is what they lack. Religion makes you highly ignorant and highly susceptible to manipulation, and with technology. So anyway, as I went outside to get my uh, just to check the mailbox to see if there's a package. If the package in there wasn't there, came back in. Then my sister's like, "Oh, let me see what this package. Let me see this package here. Let me see. It doesn't have any name on it." So then, as I walked in the door, she takes the package, put it in my face, and on the package and the tracking number, it has the number 32 on the tracking number, right? And so before that, so my niece, her daughter is here, and then her father came. So I want you to understand the whole plot, and I'm gonna explain it in a much better detail. Um, probably tomorrow. So I'll do it on my computer on my desktop, so you guys can. And I'm gonna break down the method, the tactics that they use. Right. So the New York Predator Department now. Again, I talk about the illegal in-home surveillance. So they're like using these sirens because they're trying to, uh, you know, like if I get angry, you know what I'm saying? I start snapping at them, which I don't do because I've never done that. But they do that because they understand what it because they've done this to other people before, and these things happen. Like I said, when you begin to understand the technology that they use, you get to understand what it is that they've done, and they continue to do to other people. Right? So, uh, she as she gives me the package, she sticks her middle finger out. So I took the package and I stick my middle finger out. Right? So you get in your approach to the department, they're using the sirens. And then as I'm walking, again she starts sticking her middle finger out. So as I get to my bedroom door, I stick my middle finger out and came into my bedroom. Right, but again, I want you to understand how they are. These religious fanatics, they attack your minds. They attack you using psychological manipulation, covert warfare. And we got to understand, there ain't nothing that they can do to make me a Christian again. There ain't nothing. The truth is so powerful, and they know this. See, they have to live their lie. That's the sadistic mindset of the Christian of religious people, not just Christian religious people in general. Like, if you don't believe what they believe in, they will enjoy destroying your life or seeing your life be destroyed by others. Because that is who they are. Unlike me being a comedic uh, uh, in my um, in my knowledge, right? Because it's not a belief system. You talk about the mystery science. That's philosophy, science, these all these things, right? Learn it. Christianity don't make you into a critical thinker. It makes you dumbed down. It makes you severely stupid, severely ignorant, right? Over a false belief system. And because there is money involved in it, right? Those at the top who know the truth, they're not going to tell you and I the truth at all, but they know the truth. But because they profit off of it, go look at the amount of money uh, the Christian religion brings in every year. It's just basically pure ignorance. And they will do things like this, right, in order to entrap you. Because again, if you read what Paul says, right, that's why I say they follow Paul. They are Paulinians. They're not Christians. They're followers of Christ. They're followers uh, of the Pauline gospel. All right, that's who they are. They are followers of Pauline gospel because even Paul said it. Paul says, "This is my gospel," right? And then he talks about fooling you, manipulating you to bring you to Christ. So this is part of their mindset that they have to manipulate people, engage in sabotage, blackmail, all these other things in order to bring you to Christ. Because you've understand the truth, you come into an awakeness, a consciousness that you understand what Christ means, right? Christ is you elevating your consciousness, you elevating your level of awareness, you seeking knowledge, gaining knowledge, right? Trying to make yourself better, the people around you better, the world better. These people are the devils. They don't want a better world. You need to understand, and that's Christianity. In no time in history when this version of Christianity existed that it has ever been about love. It has been about the mass murder, the rape, the pillage, the plundering of indigenous people all across the world. Right? Christianity wasn't introduced to us out of love an understanding of a fellow human being. They never saw us as human beings. Okay? So if you think I will ever go back to Christianity, like I said, I'm willing to die for what I know. So that ain't never happening. Understand me? And y'all can look at my Ankh all y'all want. But the Ankh is not a religious symbol. As a matter of fact, your cross, if you look at the originality of where your cross come from, it came from Egypt. And it has nothing to do with hanging people on a cross, crucifying them. That should tell you right there that you shouldn't be wearing that shit around your neck. Okay? The cross came out of Egypt. It didn't come out of Rome. It didn't come out of Jerusalem, Israel, whatever well, Jerusalem was not Israel, no place named Israel, but Jerusalem. It came, and if you look at the symbols that early Christians used before and during the Romanization of this new religion that they co-opted the name, because Christianity originally came from the Greeks, right? The worshippers and followers of Serapis, they called themselves Christians, and their god was called Serapis Christos. Come on now, y'all need to truly understand what's going on. Like I said, my purpose is greater than them, man. Let me tell you, as long as they keep us under mental slavery, we ain't never gonna be free. The world will never be a better place. Okay? Christianity is a false religion. That's why you have so many different sects, because they can never agree on what the scriptures really says. Okay? When in fact it's the Catholic Roman state that gave you Christianity. So that's what you should be following. It is their religion. And I don't care if you want to mix it up with your African spirituality, whatever. You don't even know what the hell your African spirituality is. That's a problem. Right? When Negropean Christians go trying to mix Roman Catholicism, Christianity with some form of African spirituality that they believe is African spirituality, but they have no clue about what African spirituality really is, and they don't even want to know. Right? So, like I said, you will never get me to go back to Christianity. It will never happen. Never happen. Not in a million years will it happen. All right? So, yeah, keep trying, motherfuckers. Bring it. Bring it. Anyway, I come with truth and goodness. They're coming in with lies, deception, and manipulation. And I can't wait. I can't wait to confront them, because my purpose is greater than theirs. Understand that. And I don't stand alone. No matter how you may try to isolate me. We as TIs, we as people who understand the truth, we don't stand alone. All right? Talk to you guys in the next video.